Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a squat and deadlift day. Squatting slightly improved, messed around, got in a spot where I could more or less get the bar in a low bar position without it hurting my shoulders. It basically required me to do a pretty wide grip with only fingers over the bar. It actually didn't feel bad at all. Looking at this footage, I got a little deeper. Right, we're real close, but to be honest, still a hair higher than I would like, and I think we can all agree that's still a little bit high. Objectively speaking, some people might come in and say, well, it would pass. Not really. Some federations wouldn't pass that. We just have to be honest about it, right? Can't have an ego about stuff like that, guys. We have to just admit those things. So I feel like with some of it, it's just a matter of getting my toe angle right. I feel like the extra forward lean I got with that bar position helped me get deeper. Like I can tell the difference between that and last workout, but it's just going to take a little fine tuning. And what I also did on my belt squats, I kept toes a little more forward today to see what it looked like on depth. And sure enough, guess what? A little bit higher even when I hit the bottom, like when my hamstrings hit my calves and I couldn't go deeper. Even those look just a hair high, but they did, by the way, give me some really deep knee flexion, right? So my quads really lit up on those. Deadlifts today, man, this felt heavy for 4, right? It felt heavy for 4. I'm like, I'm calling that at 4. I'm not even going to try to go for a 5th rep. Good quality work set, though. I mean, it's 5:45, got 4 reps. I'll take it. So, safety bar squats, again, this is going to be a lot of my rep work. I'm decided to just do 2 sets of these. I went up 10 pounds. And again, this gives me extra footage to look at stances, to look at depth, to look at toe angles. One of the perks of doing this stuff like this, it kind of lets me analyze what's going on with my biomechanics. I'm having to be objective as a coach and realize stuff has changed in my body over the years. Getting a deep squat is going to take a little more work on my part. It's going to take some real work. That's the thing. My joints have just become less mobile over time, and it's just stuff I have to live with, right? And I think with a lot of it, though, it's going to be an issue of building strength in those bottom positions. So on the squatting, a lot of here's what it's going to come down to. I'm going to have to do stuff like the belt squats. I'm going to have to do a lot of reps on the belt squats to really strengthen and build those muscles down at the bottom of the movement. I also find my sweet spots on depth. Again, because I'm doing all this different stuff and I can film the angles and I can film it and see it, it gives me a lot of valuable feedback. All right, on these safety bar squats, though, these were exhausting. Like even these 2 sets, the 10s are real tough. And it makes me wonder if on some of these I need to go just a hair lower on the reps, right? Go a little heavier and just focus on quality reps because I'm going to get a bunch of volume off the belt squats. Okay, and I need these to carry over. I need them to help build my legs, but I need them to carry over to the back squat. Interestingly enough, you guys notice I get a little deeper on these. I feel like a lot of these, they got a hair deeper than that back squat. It's hard to tell because the reps really are varying on this. Again, it's going to be a useful tool for me to find that spot. And really, I think what it's going to come down to, I'm only going to have one sweet spot where I can get depth. I just have to find that position. Because I felt like with the stance that I took that I bottomed those out on that back squat, right? So what I'm dealing with is a hip angle situation. I've got to get an exact position to where I can get those hips opened up so that we can get deeper, okay? But it was interesting to me because I kind of felt like on that set today, it felt a lot deeper than last time. And it was deeper than last time. It just wasn't quite deep enough. Close, but no cigar. All right. Some of the tools that are going to help here, though, right here. Because here's the other thing. If I can get my quads stronger, it's also going to be easier to get depth. So me doing these, it is a little bit more knee forward position. This is really a full range of motion of the knee. It's just not quite where the hip needs to be due to hip angles. But as far as the knee position and the quad development, this should be blowing my quads up. Right? It's going to blow my quads up. I did 3 sets of 20 on this today, and did supersets with it all the way through with reverse hypers. And it took a lot out of me. It was actually hard to do the reverse hypers after each set. Right? It took a lot out of me. Although I can see today, man, I don't look like I looked in terms of lower body last week. That one big cheat day I took on Saturday, I can still tell I'm a little boofy from it. It'll be gone in a couple days. But, keep it real. It is what it is. I discussed that in the last vlog. Don't care. Had a cheat meal, made me look a little bloated, and I'm gonna train shirtless in my shorts anyways. Right? Not a bodybuilding channel. Again, we keep it real here. A lot of influencers out here, they would never be shirtless after a situation like that. But that's one reason we have the body dysmorphia we have in this industry, right? It's a big reason. Big reason. It's a real big reason. And I don't know how we combat that. It's done so much harm. It's done so much harm to young men, I feel, in general. It really has. And even though those same young men will come over and get mad at me and they'll try to make fun of me or whatever, I actually feel bad for them. It's the harm that the industry is causing with the body dysmorphia and unrealistic expectations. And I wish there was more that I could do about it to help people. I really do. I do the best I can. All right, I do the best I can. All right, so again, a lot of hypertrophy is going to happen from all this. The really high rep belt squats after doing the other stuff. So I feel like really almost on the SSB, I need to take them a little lower, go a little heavier, try to sink them real deep, and use them as a direct carryover training tool. Because again, I can come in and do like 3 sets of 20 on these to finish, and again, this should blow my lower body up, particularly my quads. All right. It's about balancing all these things, using the different lifts and the same workouts to flow together, right, to create the overall desired training response. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.